Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, February 26, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Phoenix Suns vs Milwaukee Bucks. Even though Milwaukee may play without its best player Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Bucks are playing very well, having won each of their last 13 games and have moved within just a half game of first-place Boston in the Eastern Conference. Brook Lopez has become a solid contributor on offense, averaging 14.6 points per game for the Bucks and has scored 17 and 33 points in the last two games. Milwaukee's defense is 5th in points allowed, 2nd in field goal shooting percentage allowed, and 3rd in three-point shooting percentage allowed. Phoenix is still playing without its new acquisition Kevin Durant. The Suns struggle head-to-head versus Milwaukee, failing to cover the spread in 5 of the last 6 versus the Bucks, and on the road, Phoenix has covered the spread in just 1 of the last 6 versus Milwaukee. Our team pick is Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee is 5th in the NBA in points allowed, and Phoenix is 4th. Phoenix is allowing the 6th lowest field goal shooting percentage, and Milwaukee is allowing 2nd lowest field goal shooting percentage and three-point shooting percentage. The total has finished under in 6 of Milwaukee's last 9 games. If Milwaukee's leading scorer Giannis Antetokounmpo cannot play, look for the Bucks to use up much of the shot clock on each position to give fewer possessions to the Suns. Our total pick is under. Brooklyn Nets vs Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta is coming off a victory over Cleveland, in which the Hawks scored 136 points against the best defense in the NBA. Atlanta's backcourt duo of Trae Young and Dejounte Murray will make life miserable for the Nets' perimeter defense that will not have Ben Simmons, who is nursing a sore knee. Brooklyn will also miss Simmons on the offensive end, as the guard is the leader in assists, 6.1 app, for the Nets. Brooklyn has failed to cover the spread in 7 of the last 9 games overall versus Atlanta, and the Nets are just 1-4 at TS in the last 5 games played on the road at State Farm Arena versus the Hawks. Without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant in the lineup, Brooklyn struggles to find consistent scoring. Take Atlanta Hawks. As previously mentioned, Atlanta scored 136 points on Friday night against the NBA's best defense, and Brooklyn gave up 131 points on Friday night to the Chicago Bulls. The total has finished over in 9 of Brooklyn's last 13 games. Atlanta is 8th in the NBA in scoring and a disappointing 21st in points allowed. Take over the total. Washington Wizards vs Chicago Bulls. The last time these teams met, the Wizards were +1 underdogs and won by 3 at home. It was the 2nd straight win ATS in the series, and they are 2-0-1 at TS versus Chicago this season. Washington has fared much better ATS of late than Chicago has. The Wizards have gone 3-2 at TS in their last 5 road games and are 17-13-2 at TS on the road this season. They have also been shooting lights out lately, scoring nearly 16 points more per game than the Bulls have in each of their last 5 games. The Bulls' defense has been fairly strong over their last 5 games, but have still dropped 4 of those, so in their case defense is not winning games. Washington's weapons on offense have been playing well of late, with Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and Bradley Beal taking turns leading the team and scoring each night. The Bulls' tailspin may have ended, but I see that as being a brief respite as they watch Washington continue to put distance between them. Chicago is 0-4 at TS in their last 4 games playing on 1-day rest, per covers.com, and Washington is 7-1 at TS in their last 8 versus teams with a losing record. Take the Wizards +3 points. When these two last met, they put up a combined total of just 197 points, sailing under the total put on that game by 30.5 points. In the 3 games played between these teams this season, the average combined total score has been 208.3 points per game. Both teams have seen more of their games go under their season, the Wizards having 29 of their games go under, while Chicago has seen 34 unders this season. The under is 3-0-1 in Washington's last 4 games versus a team with a losing record and 6-1-1 in their last 8 games on 1 day's rest. The under is also 3-0-1 in the Bulls' last 4 games versus a team with a losing record and 4-0 in their last 4 home games. The Bulls have scored under 103 times in their last 7 games and 105 or less 5 times in that span. Take the under 230 points. Los Angeles Lakers vs Dallas Mavericks. When looking at these teams on the adjusted offensive ratings throughout the year provided by Dunks and Threes, there is a huge difference. Dallas is 7th in the sport with a 116.2 rating, while Los Angeles is 20th in basketball with a 113.4 rating. Looking at the offensive side of the court lately, there is a clear difference with the Lakers, averaging 114.8 points in their previous 5 games, while the Mavericks are scoring 125 points in their last 4 games. The Lakers are a terrible 0-6-1 at TS in their previous 7 games against one another, so go with the Dallas Mavericks to cover the spread in their own building. Our team pick is Dallas Mavericks minus 4.5 points. Neither team has done well at defending the 3-ball throughout the season, as Los Angeles is 4th in the sport with a 34.6 opposing 3-point percentage, while Dallas is 9th with a 35.2 field goal percentage against. These defenses have struggled throughout the last few games, with the Lakers giving up 113.3 points in their last 3 games, while the Mavs are allowing 122.8 points in their previous 4 games. The over has hit in 5 of the last 7 games against one another in Dallas, so go with over 237 points here as well. Toronto Raptors vs Cleveland Cavaliers. Toronto was in a state of flux a week before the All-Star break, and teams and players alike expected them to blow everything up in a potential rebuild. The opposite happened, and they acquired Jakob Poeltl from the Spurs and won 6 of their last 7 games. They are in action Saturday afternoon and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back, but that is against the worst team in the league. They should get an easy win and potentially rest some of their older players in the second half. Fred VanVleet is expected to be back after a short personal absence, and the Raptors are rolling right now, with Poeltl shoring up what was a mediocre defensive frontline. They will be dogs against the Cavaliers, but take them to gut out another close win. Take the Raptors on the money line. Cleveland is last in pace of play entering this Eastern Conference showdown with the Raptors. They are the best defensive team in the NBA, allowing the fewest points per game and leading the league in defensive rating. But they have struggled to limit opponents from beyond the arc, allowing teams to shoot over 36.5%. Thankfully, the Raptors are not the best 3-point shooting team, but that may come to hurt them down the road. I expect this to be a hard-fought game, with Toronto controlling the tempo as long as Fred VanVleet is back in the lineup. Cleveland has averaged under 110 points in their last 10 games. Take the under. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox is leading Sacramento in scoring with an average of 24.9 points per game, while Domantas Sabonis is the second leading scorer, leading rebounder and leader in assists, with averages of 18.8 points, 12.4 rebounds, and 6.9 assists per game. Sacramento has 6 players averaging double figures in scoring, and as a team is scoring an average of 119.7 points per game. Oklahoma City looks to snap a 2-game losing streak with a victory on Sunday when hosting Sacramento. Oklahoma City is 28-31 and 4th in the Northwest Division, 13.5 games behind first-place Denver. Oklahoma City is 11th in the Western Conference. The Thunder were defeated by the Phoenix Suns 124-115 on Friday night. Oklahoma City has lost 3 of its last 4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is leading Oklahoma City in scoring with an average of 31.0 points per game, while Josh Giddey is the second leading scorer, leading rebounder and leader in assists, with averages of 16.3 points, 7.8 rebounds and 5.8 assists per game. Oklahoma City has only. Our team pick is Sacramento Kings win. Sacramento will pick up a victory on the road Sunday when visiting the Oklahoma City Thunder, but the play here is over. The over has cashed in 7 of Sacramento's last 8, as well as in 4 of the last 6 games that Sacramento has played head-to-head versus Oklahoma City. Sacramento is scoring an average of 120.6 points per game, which is first in the NBA, while Oklahoma City is fourth in the NBA in scoring, with an average of 117.9 points per game. Our total pick is over. Houston Rockets vs Portland Trail Blazers. The Rockets have not met their preseason expectations by any means. That being said, the Rockets have excelled in the low post, and that has been a lingering area of concern for Portland. Houston has also been very sound on the boards and should have success finally turning offensive rebounds into quick points here. We have also seen the Blazers struggle forcing turnovers, and that will bode well for the, at times, careless Rockets. Hold your nose and take Houston here, who is 4-1 at TS in their last 5 in Portland. Take Houston plus 10 points. Turnovers should come early and often in this one, with both squads in the bottom 10 in terms of turnovers per game. Portland is also one of the slower teams in the league and holds their opponents to the 8th best field goal attempt rate. With both of these teams bottom 10 in field goals made per game and laggards in the turnover department, the under is the play here. Under 228.5 points. Los Angeles Clippers vs Denver Nuggets. On the defensive side of the floor, there is a massive difference as of late, with the Clippers allowing 135.7 points in their previous 3 games, while the Nuggets are giving up 108.6 points in their last 5 games. The ability to shoot the 3 is absolutely critical, and there is a decent difference as Denver leads the NBA shooting 39.4% from beyond the arc, while Los Angeles is 5th with a 38.23 point percentage thus far. The Nuggets have covered in each of the last 4 games against the Clippers, so go with the Denver Nuggets to cover the spread in this game as well. Our team pick is Denver Nuggets minus 4.5 points. Neither team is drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line too much this season, as Los Angeles is 15th in the NBA, with 23.7 free throw attempts per game, while Denver is currently 22nd in the sport, with 22.5 trips to the charity stripe per game thus far. Both teams are playing at a methodical pace as the Nuggets are 18th in the sport, with 98.8 possessions per 48 minutes, while the Clippers are 23rd in the league, with 98.1 possessions per 48 minutes thus far. The under is 38-16-2 in their previous 56 games against one another, so go with under 227.5 points in this game.